Morning superstars, happy Thursday. I trust that you are all amazing, rested, pumped and excited to bring on home the last couple of days of the working week. So one thing that I have seen play out over and over again with various different people, different clients of mine, people who have been at the Visible event with me or Spy School and things like this, is that good morning, Tamara, is that people can often get stuck with video content, right? So they get stuck with coming up for ideas of what to talk about. They get stuck when it comes time to actually, or they procrastinate or they get afraid of turning the camera on and things like that. I had a conversation with a beautiful client of mine last week actually about this very thing, and this woman has all of the words normally. Right? She's really confident. She's incredibly qualified in her area doing what it is that she does. And yet she got really concerned / afraid / scared about actually getting on camera and not having the words. So for her, the biggest fear was turning it on. Number one, having people showing up, but then her losing her words. Or number two, her pressing go and going live and no one turning up. So what I wanted to share with you was some tips that I went through with her that is going to, in my opinion, make your life a hell of a lot freaking easier. So the first thing that you need to do, and I think it's easier to do it with a longer term view than a shorter term view. So the first thing that I want you to do is think about, what are you going to talk about each week? So I would very strongly recommend, for those of you who are wanting to be more visible, who are wanting to be seen, who are wanting to stand out, who want to have impact, change lives, all of that, you've really got to be using the free tools and resources that we have available literally at our fingertips on a regular basis. So good morning, Joe. One of the things that you can be doing live videos on your Facebook page. It costs you nothing. And it is going to give you more reach for your other posts. It's going to help you connect with your audience. Thanks for the love, Tamara. I appreciate it. Hey, Kate, good morning. The other thing you can then use these videos on YouTube. You can share them on LinkedIn. You can do a very similar video over on Instagram. You've got so many opportunities. You can email it out to your list. There are so many things that you can do with these platforms that we have available for free. Okay, for free. So the first thing that I want you to decide is, how are you going to show up consistently? Are you going to do it on a weekly basis? Are you going to do them on a daily basis? Are you going to do them on a fortnightly basis? Honestly, I would be looking at a minimum of once a week. Minimum once a week. They are really fun, Tamara. And if you're really committed and if you've got a whole bunch of time, then awesome, do it. Even if you don't have a whole bunch of time, do them on a daily basis. It will give your audience a much shorter getting to know you curve, right? Because they will see your name pop up in their newsfeed. They'll either come and listen to you or they'll come back and things like that. So great question, Tamara. I'll answer that for you in a minute. Great question. So the first thing is to decide how frequently. So let's say for the argument, you're going to go each week. The next thing that you're going to work out is, all right, so I'm going to go live each week. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Who the heck am I even talking to? Who is my audience? Who do you want to be having a conversation with? And I want you to think about, let's say 12 things that you can talk about. Okay, so 12 things. Now, when I make this downloadable for you, I haven't built out the thing for you yet, but you can use the visible content map for this. This is the one that I've done as a testing ground for you guys. So if I was going to say for the next 12 weeks, the overall focus, now let's see if I can mirror this around while we're talking. This will be fun. I learned how to do this thanks to the gorgeous Ash. And then it's just a matter of trying to make look at that. Here we go. This is us. We are mirroring. Oh, it's really weird. So quarter one is confidence, is the overall thing, right? That I want to make sure that I'm delivering on. And then each week I can talk about all of these different things down here. It's really hard trying to do that mirroring. I'm going to go back to how I was before. Okay. So I know what it is that I'm going to talk about each week. And I know that relates into my audience. My audience want more confidence. I know that. That's something that I know. So we've got that. Hi, Jonathan. Woohoo, Kate. Thanks, Melissa. So I go, all right. So the first week in the first month, so the first 4 weeks, we've got inner confidence, outer confidence, growing your confidence, and no more freaking faking it till you make it. I don't want you to have to fake it till you make it. So I know that they will be the topics for a Facebook Live. If I was using this for a Facebook Live map, then I would go, that gives me something to talk about each week. The next step is to then flesh that out a little bit. Okay, so I do this in a Word document personally. And we're just going to do the mirror thing again, and then I'm going to flick it back because I'll just show you what I've got on my page here. So on here, this is my map for what we're talking about in the Tuesday shows. So in here, we've got marketing is like dating. I've talked about Kate. I've talked about Melissa. I've got some dot points in there. It takes time, and the goal is to build trust and then ask them for something in return. So that might be their name and email address. It might be asking them to buy something. It might be getting them to take some kind of action. So what you need to do is go through and map out what you're going to be talking about and map that out for each week of the next 12 weeks. You've got the talking points. Put it on a separate document. So what I have for me personally, this lives in a thing like in a bulldog clip, and then it sits on a little pin on my wall up on here. So I always can see what it is that's coming up and what I'm going on about. The next thing that I would suggest, because sometimes again we're talking about doing these videos with confidence, being able to share your stories, being able to talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about in a way that is helpful for your audience, right? So the next thing that I think is important is to have a piece of paper, and you'll have 12 of these beautifully amazing structured pieces of paper. And what you're going to do is, now, Jonathan, I'm not answering that right now. We're in the middle of a live. So what you're going to do on your pieces of paper is you're going to map out really big picture points. So point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, and you've already done the work on your Word document, okay? So what we'll then do is on here, you can then sit that piece of paper like just there for argument's sake, and I can be talking and I can just quickly look at the points and you guys would be none the wiser, right? So it's really helpful for you to, if you're worried about losing your words, if you've got a framework of just 3 or 4 things that you can be working through, that you can look at, then it's going to help keep you on track. It's going to help you to deliver your message that you need to the audience that you need to deliver it to, right? And it also helps you to do some thinking about the stories that you're going to share as part of it. Now, one of the other things with Facebook Lives, I think it's really very important for you guys, hey Leanne, really important for you to just start with these. All right, you might feel really nervous or it might feel awkward and you might want to try and get it right. But what people are looking for is a way of connecting with you as a human. And if they can see that you're not perfect, that you screw up your words, I mean, heck, we had tripods falling down at different times. We've had all sorts of weirdness go on Facebook Lives. The way that you handle that is that you just go, this is how you know we're live, right? So you can laugh it off like that, play into it. Just, hashtag this is life, this is reality. Yeah, so it's really important that we share with our audiences ways that they can connect with us in a way that is really about being real. And this is why that faking it till you making it bullshit is no longer going to work, because people can smell people who are making shit up. They can smell it a mile away. They can tell if you know what you're talking about, or if you're just trying to manipulate them or influence them into doing something that you don't really have any area of mastery in or knowledge in or experience in. Now, I'm not talking about having a billion certifications or a billion degrees or a billion qualifications or anything like that. One of our clients, Tamara, she's been a mother for 18 years and she's looking at helping other mums do mothering in the way that feels good for them, right? So I don't give a flying shit about her paper qualification experiences. What I care about is the fact that she's real and that she tells it like it is, and that it's a very, this is a reality, guys. And I think it's really important in this world where we've got the Kardashians being flashed all over our screens. Love them, and that's great, and good on them for being entrepreneurial. But we've got the Beverly Hills, the Housewives of Beverly Hills. We've got the Housewives of all the people. We've got the airbrushed people. And then if you look at what is inadvertently happening when these celebrities, when these celebrities go and be real, right? They can be slammed for it. Or if they don't measure up to this perfection standard, they get slammed. So I think one of the things that we really need to fight against is having this want and trying to conform to the way that society keeps telling us that we have to be, which is this perfectly polished, perfectly beautiful, size 6, whatever it is. It's more important for you to be real, to embrace all of who you are, all of your experience, and then to be able to share that in a really authentic and genuine way, in a way that is going to be helpful for your audience. So that's the kind of thing that I want you to embrace in your videos, in your lives. It's the kind of thing that I want you to be able to embrace, whether you're meeting someone for the first time. If you get invited to speak on stage, don't try and conform to the way that they think that you should show up and that you should present. Be respectful of the environment, of course, but do it in a way that is really you. Okay, so the way that you can do it to make your life easier is have a regular schedule. Like I said, in terms of your videos and in terms of your lives, have a regular schedule. Map out for the next maybe 12 weeks what each of those episodes or the topics are going to be. And you can do that using the content map when I make it available for you guys. Then you're going to build it out into a little bit more detail, flesh it out in a Word doc ideally. And then for each live that you do, have the 3 or 4 main dot points, and you can have it just kind of it's actually leaning up over the top of the comments that are in my I can't see your comments now. That's how, there's the paper, right? That's how high the paper is. So I can just see really quickly, what it is that we're going to talk about, and it doesn't look like I'm reading anything. And you can even tell people, say, oh, guys, hang on, I'm just trying to look at my points. Oh, that's right, this is what we're blah, 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 blah. Okay? So it helps to keep you on track. And if you get lost down a different tangent, you've got a strategy for being able to just kind of come back into the conversation. Most of all, though, be you, right? People can smell a mile away when you're not being genuine, when you're not being real. So let's just own that and go get out there and go help your audience. So my name is Nicola. If you haven't met me before, really lovely to meet you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Kelly, we're just wrapping up. Make sure you have a tripod. I think one of the best things that you can have is these tripods that have got the magnets on the back. So what I use, just a quick show, I've got a little equipment. So this circle here has got a magnet on the back of my phone that matches, and then it's one of these bendy ones. Don't look at the blue tack on my wall. It's one of these bendy ones. And so like we've got the little magnet that just goes around on there, and then it just attaches really lovely, really easily. So there's no I hate those other ones where you kind of got to stretch them out and things like that. So you can find them on Amazon or eBay or anything like that. They're not really very expensive. Maybe about, I think they are a little more expensive than some of the cheap ass dodgy ones that you can get. But a lot of those cheap ass dodgy ones that you can get are those stretchy ones that, you know, your phone. So have a tripod. Oh, the other thing that I've got just handy here on my, that was close, is just a little lamp that I have. And then I kind of angle that up or down depending on what the light's doing in my face. Yeah, depending on what the light is doing in my face. Depends on, I might lift that up like that for some days or something like that. So I think that's something that can be really helpful for you as well. It's just, you know, it's not an expensive setup, guys, but you need people to be able to see you, and you need the camera to be able to be, the phone needs to be steady. Otherwise, people are just going to bounce on out. All right. So there you go. Have a really great day. I will let you know when these resources are ready for you to download, because I haven't done that yet. It's been quite the week. If you've got any questions about anything, let me know. Oh, Tamara, you asked a question. Thank you. You asked if 1 or 2 minute videos were helpful. They can be, but I wouldn't use that as your kind of like your regular content block. So if you've got an ad hoc thing that you just are like, oh my gosh, I really need to talk about this, then great, go ahead, turn that camera on, baby, and, you know, go live. One of the best things that I can recommend that you do is to have your lives go for at least 10 minutes. So that you're particularly like your regular scheduled programming, right? So have those regular scheduled ones go for a minimum of 10 minutes, because Facebook will actually go and push your video out into the news feed. So it might say, particularly if the people haven't on your page, if they haven't selected follow first or see first or be notified when you go live, like Jacko, hey Jacko, I had a memory pop up in my phone from about 5 years ago from you this morning. How funky is that? How funny. Synchronicity. And what happens is it goes and says, hey, your Nicola Moras is live, but it might not do that until we're like 10 minutes deep, right? If Facebook sees via their fancy ass algorithm that they've got going on that you're live and that you've got people watching, they will go and push your video stream out to your live. While you're live, they'll go and push that out to more people, so you can pick up more people that way, right? So that might be helpful for you. All right, SA Property Panel, great to see you. Can you tell me who I'm talking to? What's your first name? I can't really say hello, SA Property Panel. Jacko, I don't think that's you, unless perhaps it is. Let me know, because it feels really weird calling you SA Property Panel without knowing what your first name is. So that will help your reach. Inadvertently, if you can go for more than 10, it is. Oh, Jackie. Okay, it is. Oh, Jacko, it is you. Okay, great. You came in twice. Yes. So it'll help your reach. It actually also helps the other posts on your page be seen more as well. So I'm not a fan of paying for engagement. Right? I'm not going to ask you to give Facebook any money to try and get more views, to try and get more likes, to try and get more fans, more followers, more comments. I'm not interested in you paying money for any of that. What I'm interested in is helping you guys to leverage the free tools, the free things, the ways of being able to utilize the tools that we have, manage use the algorithm benefits that we have at the moment. And one of those is by doing video, using Facebook Lives, and just getting your backsides out there. All right, really awesome to see you guys today. Happy Thursday. I hope that's helpful for you. Well, actually, I know that it is. So thank you for hanging out. I trust that that's helpful for you. I'll let you know when this other stuff is ready for you to download. But otherwise, have a really beautiful and kick-ass day. If you haven't bought a copy of my book yet, we go through a lot of this stuff in here. It should be helpful for you. I'll find a way to let you know about that as well. Otherwise, go have a really kick-ass day. Go help some people. Hi, Amy. Have a really great day, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.